Around 3,000 years ago, across the ancient world, kingdoms were rising, cities were expanding, and armies were clashing on battlefields. In those times, war and leadership were almost always dominated by men. Kings were men, generals were men, commanders of armies were men. But history sometimes surprises us, because about 3,000 years ago in ancient China, there was a woman who did not simply live in a palace. She commanded armies on the battlefield. Her name was Fu Hao. Fu Hao was not just a queen, she was also a general, and her story remained buried for centuries until archaeologists made an extraordinary discovery. Earliest civilizations, Fu Hao lived during the time of the Shang Dynasty. The Shang Dynasty ruled ancient China from roughly 1600 BCE to 1046 BCE. This was one of the earliest powerful states in Chinese history. During this era, cities expanded, advanced bronze technology developed, and complex political systems emerged. The king of the Shang Dynasty was not only a political ruler, he was also a religious leader. Shang kings believed they could communicate with spirits and ancestors. To do this, they used something known as oracle bones. Animal bones or turtle shells were heated until they cracked. The patterns of the cracks were then interpreted as answers from the spirits. People asked questions such as, will we win this battle? Will the harvest be good? Are the ancestors pleased? These oracle bones became some of the earliest written records in Chinese history. And interestingly, Fu Hao's name appears on several of them. Fu Hao's life was closely connected to the Shang king Wu Ding. Wu Ding is considered one of the greatest rulers of the Shang dynasty. Under his leadership, the kingdom expanded its territory and strengthened its power. Many neighboring tribes were brought under Shang control. Like many ancient kings, Wu Ding had multiple wives. Most of them lived quietly within the royal palace. But Fu Hao was different. She would become one of the most powerful figures in the entire kingdom. Historians do not know exactly how Fu Hao rose to power, but it is clear that King Wu Ding trusted her greatly. Unlike most royal wives, Fu Hao was given military responsibilities. This was extremely unusual in the ancient world. She was entrusted with leading armies, and she proved to be remarkably capable. Evidence from oracle bone inscriptions confirms that Fu Hao led military campaigns. Several records mention her directly commanding troops in battle. This means Fu Hao was not simply a symbolic leader. She was an active military commander. Some historians estimate that she commanded an army of around 13,000 soldiers. For the ancient world, this was a massive force. Most armies at that time were far smaller. Fu Hao's leadership made her one of the most powerful military figures of her era. The Shang Dynasty constantly faced conflicts with neighboring tribes and rival groups. These tribes often raided Shang territory. In response, Shang armies launched campaigns to defend and expand their borders. One of Fu Hao's most notable campaigns was against a tribe known as the Tufang. This conflict was an important struggle for the Shang state. Fu Hao led Shang forces in the campaign, and the Shang army ultimately achieved victory. This victory further strengthened Fu Hao's reputation as a capable commander. Fu Hao was not only a military leader, she also played an important role in religious rituals. In Shang culture, members of the royal family often conducted ceremonies to communicate with spirits and ancestors. Fu Hao is believed to have led several important rituals, so she held three major roles. Queen, general, religious leader. This combination made her one of the most powerful individuals in the Shang court. The exact date of Fu Hao's death is unknown, but historians believe she died during the reign of King Wu Ding. When she died, a grand tomb was prepared for her. In Shang culture, elite individuals were buried with valuable possessions. These items could include weapons, bronze vessels, jewelry, ritual objects. The belief was that these items would accompany them in the afterlife. Fu Hao received a burial worthy of her status. But over time, the Shang Dynasty eventually collapsed. New dynasties rose to power, and Fu Hao's story slowly faded into history. For nearly 3 millennia, Fu Hao's tomb remained hidden underground. Then in 1976, archaeologists made an incredible discovery. While excavating near the ancient Shang capital at Anyang, they uncovered a large tomb. Even more remarkable, the tomb had never been looted. This is extremely rare for ancient burial sites. When archaeologists entered the tomb, they discovered a vast collection of artifacts, and they realized the tomb belonged to Fu Hao. Inside the tomb, archaeologists found more than 1,600 artifacts. These included bronze vessels, jade ornaments, ceremonial objects, jewelry, and weapons. But the most striking discoveries were the weapons. Fu Hao's tomb contained numerous bronze weapons. These included battle axes, spearheads, arrowheads. Some of the bronze axes were engraved with Fu Hao's name. This was powerful evidence. It confirmed that Fu Hao truly was a military commander. Her role in warfare was not a legend, it was historical fact. The discovery of Fu Hao's tomb changed historians' understanding of ancient China. It showed that women in the Shang Dynasty could hold extraordinary power. Fu Hao was not simply a queen. She was a military leader, a religious authority, and one of the most influential figures in the Shang kingdom. For a woman living 3,000 years ago, this was truly remarkable. Today, Fu Hao's tomb is considered one of the most important archaeological discoveries in Chinese history. Her story reminds us that history is often far more complex than we imagine. And sometimes, the most powerful leaders come from the most unexpected places. 3,000 years ago, a woman commanded armies on the battlefield, and her name was Fu Hao.